Morning everyone, it's final thoughts on RAGBRAI. We've been home for a week and just kind of giving our final thoughts on how our whole experience was with RAGBRAI number 49.
We're newbies, so this was all new to us. And you've probably seen an earlier video of our packing video, and I think we'll kind of jump on that a little bit. If you go back and watch our packing video, you'll see everything that we took. And what didn't we use that we took? What didn't we use?
The speaker.
We did not use our speaker. Yep, we did not. There was no need for music. Everybody has so much music on the trail.
Every town had music. At night we had live music with Pork Belly, and all the in-towns had music through the night, so we didn't need our speaker, and we were tired. We thought maybe we'd have it at our tent at night, but that was really about the only thing that we found that we didn't use.
I know there was a big question on, do you bring a bike pump or don't you bring a bike pump? Now, I did take my bike pump. I used it every day. I let other people use my bike pump. I pumped up other people's tires every day. So we used it a lot. And from what some other people we've talked to, they said they wish they would have brought one, because the line to get your tires done every morning was huge, and it was just another line that you needed to stand in the morning. So I'm glad we did it, because we pumped our tires up every morning and we were off and gone. But okay, final overall experience of RAGBRAI. What did you like and what didn't you like?
The experience was better than I thought it was ever going to be. The weather was perfect. I was worried about wind, headwind. I was worried about rain, what Mother Nature was going to bring. And it was the best week of weather for biking that we could ask for.
Every morning, light winds, mid-80s every day. The thing that I was more surprised with than anything was the roads. I mean, I would say probably 90% of the roads that we rode on were either concrete or smooth asphalt. I mean, the only time you got any bad roads was usually when you entered a town, and the local towns. Those are about the only, but we didn't see major potholes.
Yep, the road conditions were ideal. They really were. With all the trail riding that we do, I was really impressed with the condition of the roads.
And another overall opinion with RAGBRAI was the people. My gosh, we met so many people. I think we had sit-down conversations, with people from at least 27 different states, a couple different countries. And everybody we talked to said the same thing. They were there to have fun. It's a ride. It's not a race. Just so everybody understands that. You don't need to bike 3,000 miles to think, oh, I need to ride 3,000 miles to get in shape to ride RAGBRAI. There was people there that just started riding. I mean, our training, we did some training, but the hills we did were just fine. Our butts never got sore. I mean, we didn't have any chafing.
We double pad.
Yep, leak and lube.
Yep.
The main thing.
Pee and repeat.
Yeah,
However you want to call it.
But just do that, take your breaks, ride 10 miles, take a break. Go to a town, take a break. Have fun.
Yeah,
I mean, too many people get on their bike. We left every morning between 5:30 and 6. Too many people get on their bike at 5:30 and want to be the first one in town. And you get to town, and if you're there by 11 o'clock, there is absolutely nothing to do at 11 o'clock in your town. You can't get into a lot of the charter areas. So just take your time. Just enjoy the ride. I guess that's pretty much does it for what we thought about RAGBRAI.
The overall experience was amazing. Yeah. Well, the first day that we were there in Sergeant Bluff, we were at one of the beer gardens, and we just happened to start a conversation with a man who was from Bogota, Colombia. So I'm like, this is the best way to start RAGBRAI, is listening to his story and how he came to the U.S. just to do RAGBRAI, he flew into LA, took his bike with him, and then from LA flew to Omaha, and then he rode his bike from Omaha to Sergeant Bluff. It was just he was so inspiring, and I thought, if he can come from Columbia to do this ride, well, we got it. So that was a great way to start. And then plus we met our followers on the group that we follow on YouTube, B&B, Mary Beth and Brentley, who are traveling from the East Coast, the West Coast to the East Coast, and we met them that first day. So that was another inspiration to get our RAGBRAI started.
Yeah, we had lots of fun.
Yeah.
Well, that was the overall experience, but we'll venture off now on our Pork Belly. We stayed at Pork Belly and the charter, and there was 430 tents that they set up, along with everybody else who set their own tents up. To start,
Okay.
we got the VIP parking through Pork Belly, or through the thing. Definitely worth it. Get the VIP parking right at the drop-off site. We dropped bikes off. We dropped our bags off. We were in and out, going and coming. We just went and got our bags, loaded them up on our bike, and we were gone. We didn't have to worry about transportation to our car or anything. So that was definitely a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Tent City was huge.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be, but once you experience it, there's not a lot of room between the tents. But it was great coming to our tent, having our bags ready for us, having the tent set up after a long ride. It's really the way to go.
We loved, my favorite thing about Pork Belly was the hot showers. And the showers were really nice. I mean, nice pressure, hot water.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually didn't shower till later in the afternoon, so the lines were very short.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the lines can be longer earlier in the day, but we waited till later in the day to shower.
And the free beer.
Free
We had
beer.
Free beer.
Boomtown.
Great beer. They always usually had an IPA and a lager, and it was, Boomtown was always our favorite. And plus they have a big tent with tons of chairs for you to sit on. We brought our own folding chairs, which we were glad because we could put them wherever we wanted, under a tree in the shade. But they had plenty of seating under the big tent, and always had live music every night. So that was always a nice option for us too, if we were too tired to hang out at the main event in the town. We could always go back to Pork Belly and have some entertainment there as well, and our free beer.
Free beer, yep. The porcelain toilets were nice. There was one little semi that had, 8 porcelain toilets on it. There was always a line, but if you got it at the right time, boy, it was nice to have a porcelain toilet and some mirrors at the end with a sink, so you could put your contacts in and out. And another big one was the charging stations. I love the charging stations. They came in really handy. They were easy to use. We charged every other day. So we didn't use it every day, but every other day we used the charging station. That was really nice. Music was really pretty good through Pork Belly. We loved the 2 rock and roll bands they had playing. They were Vinyl something, and who was
Billy McGuire.
Billy McGuire was really good. He was entertaining. I liked him. He was fun. What else? We had food. That was 3 nights. We got free food through Pork Belly, and they were good. I mean, when you're feeding that many people, I mean, don't expect, super cuisine food, but it was good though.
Spaghetti one night, chicken and hash brown casserole one night. It was
some pork.
It was good.
But we did go into town every night. We made sure we went into town, spent our money at the beer gardens, got some food in town, talked to the local people who are just super about their towns. But what else was it? Overall,
we would do Pork Belly
We'd
again.
do Pork Belly again.
It was just to have the service available.
And we did have the tenting service, so they did move our bags for us. So that was a bonus.
And everybody was very friendly. The staff was very helpful. There's always water and Gatorade to purchase, but for a small price. And free coffee every morning too. At 4:30 a.m., hot coffee is ready for you.
Yep.
So all those little things, it's always the little things that are worth it, and it was definitely worth it.
We're going to start off with our favorite towns along the way. And we went through a lot of towns. I mean, really, every town we went through, oh, we had a blast. I mean, the people.
They're so proud of their towns, and every town is so unique and charming, and we just felt welcome at every town. And I learned being a newbie that after the first and second and third day, you kind of get this routine of what food vendors are in each town, where they're located. So we kind of got into following that routine in the schedule. But yeah, we just have people that would just come up to us as we're eating and asking us why we're there, and just talking about their town, how they've lived there all their lives, and how they just enjoy having RAGBRAI come through their town so they can show off what they have to offer. So that was one of the best experiences, was just seeing the small towns. We grew up in Nebraska in small towns, so I can relate. They're just amazing people.
Yeah, one of my favorite towns was probably Mason City. It was a bigger community, you know, a larger town. So when you hit the city limits, man, there was people lined up and banners and people yelling and screaming for you. I love that one.
Oh, he's stuck.
Some of our favorite sites, you know, along the way. My favorite one was the grotto, and was at West Bend. That was really neat. I mean, their town should be so proud of that, in a small town like that, to have something like that. And we have a lot of my daughter's husbands from Iowa, and half the people they've never heard of the grotto. It's like, that's something that you need to see. If you're in the area or you're close to West Bend, you stop and see the grotto. It is really neat.
Very unique. Yeah. My favorite sights was just getting up in the mornings and seeing the sunrise. It's not that we wanted to get up early and get going and get to the end town. That wasn't our plan. Our plan was to get up early so we could see the beautiful sunrises and to take our time, and not riding in the heat of the afternoon as well. But the sunrises in Iowa across the corn and bean fields, it was just beautiful. Something I can't see here in the Twin Cities where we are. So that was a great sight. Hey, Brody.
Hey, Brody.
Brody grew a lot since we were gone too.
Some of our favorite foods along the way. What's some of yours, dear?
Favorite food and favorite sound, Beekman's ice cream. Oh my gosh, you could come into town, or yes, the sound of the old tractor engines churning that homemade ice cream was my favorite sound, and my favorite food, the raspberry. Amazing. On those hot afternoons, it was almost like we rode in. It was like it was just the perfect timing for it. Awesome.
What else?
And Chris's pancakes.
Chris's pancakes. Yep, we did that twice.
And the fun part about that was to go up and get seconds, holding your plate out and watching these men flip those pancakes onto the plates. Never seen anything like it. I can watch it over and over again. Yeah.
Mr. Pork Chops. Hey, we had a pork chop. Mr. Pork Chop, very busy, and
Always.
we enjoyed the pork chop too. Very good. I mean, it's like an inch and a half thick, and it's a big pork chop. And you talk about tender. Oh, it's good. We had so much. We had steak sandwiches. I had grilled cheese and bacon sandwich, hamburgers, brats. I mean, we ate a lot.
Oh, and don't forget the ice cream sandwiches too.
Oh, Thelma's ice cream sandwiches. When we seen Thelma's, we stopped for ice cream.
Yeah. Just some final thoughts. Like I said earlier, RAGBRAI was a better experience than I ever thought it would be. Just meeting so many new people, the conversations that we had, everybody has the same common fun thing in mind, and that's just biking. Yeah, I think I would do it again, provided we have perfect weather. I don't think we could have gotten a better week. But just, it was so nice to be out on the road and just clear your head, to get away from social media, get away from TV, and just be outside. Even the camping didn't seem that bad because we were so exhausted at night. Yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I had to do it with Terry to get me out of my little comfort zone and go out and experience it. It was amazing.
My final thoughts are pretty much the same as Lori's. I loved it. I loved waking up every morning, getting on my bike and just riding. No headaches, no worries, just I need to be there the next town by the end of the day. I loved getting the chance to meet Brentley and Mary Beth from BBB Adventures, and I was super excited to meet Ryan Van Duzer and Amelia. I mean, I've watched every one of their videos. I was so excited to see him. It completed my whole adventure. This is mainly the main reason why we were doing it.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight. He rode through our pork belly camp, and Terry spotted him right away, and they were so cordial and spent time and talked to us. And Amelia autographed a page for our son-in-law AJ, who is a ultra marathoner, who's going to be running the Superior race in September. And just very cordial, and it was so fun talking to them and getting their take on RAGBRAI too.
And that's pretty our neighbor in our tent's name was David Martin. He's a 74-year-old man who is riding RAGBRAI, and he is from Georgia, and it was on his bucket list to do RAGBRAI. So we enjoyed meeting him every night and talking to him and seeing how his day was. And the craziest thing was, when we got back to Lansing the last day, when we parked, his car was parked right next to our car. It's just unbelievable how that worked out. You know, he was our tent mate, partner right next to us, and then we ended up parking next to him. I mean, it couldn't have worked out any better.
It was just meant to be.
And final thought is, I do some crazy things. You know, I bike, and I've done marathons, I've done half marathons, triathlons. This lady here has supported me through everything. And she's run with me, she's done marathons with me, now we've biked this. I'm thankful for that she lets me do what I can do, and she joins me on the adventure, because it wouldn't be the same without her.
Can't do it without you.
Yeah. But we had a great time, and can't wait until the next adventure. If you're thinking about doing RAGBRAI, just do it. I mean, anybody can do it. Just do it. Get out of your comfort zone, get off the couch, get on the bike, and go do it. I guarantee you, you will not regret it. Well, until our next adventure, I hope you get out, get on your bike, go for a walk, go for a run, go play some pickleball. Just get outside. It's time to get out and do things while you still can. So just do it. Anyway, keep on rolling. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.